Because Silvertail, you could sidestep it up close. I'll show you. See, you could do it up close. Obviously, it's a bit hard to do because you have to wait till it fully comes out, and then you could do it.
Wait, I've seen this somewhere. Deja vu, I've just been in this place before.
See, he was complaining about stuff like that, right? Of course, if you know frames, you can counter him, right? So you can sidewalk too. So it's like he was just like worried about backdash, but like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways to stop stuff like that. You can sidewalk it. Like, I don't know why he was complaining about, you know, like basic stuff like this that you could literally just play neutral. See? Step it and then block. You could do this too. And then magic for him. See? There's so much counterplay, bro. So that's why I was like, why is this guy complaining about this stuff jailing? You could just like, you could sidewalk, magic forward. You could punch parry, right? You could high crush. You could duck. It was like kind of crazy to make a whole video complaining that you can't backdash all of that stuff. But you could just sidewalk a lot of stuff. Steve's tracking is not as good as it used to be. And even if Steve does something like this, right? Like he was showing this, right? Stuff like this is kind of like corny to show because look, you can't backdash that, right? But you can sidewalk it. See? That's why I want to make a video showcasing this to show all those dudes up. Because you talking about, oh, you can't just backdash, you can't engage. My man, you could just sidewalk it. You could high crush it. You could punch parry it. You could counter hit him out of it. It's weird to make a video like that. But like dudes are so scrubby that it's because they don't understand things. Like let's say he does this, right? You see how he's +3, right? You can't like backdash, right? See? But you can sidewalk, right? So I do this, right? See? So he was complaining that he couldn't backdash out of all of that. He had to just take it. But that's how you could tell the guy's low level. That's how you could tell he's low level, man. He doesn't know how to play the game.
Man, don't you realize what is happening right in front of your eyes?
So you can sidewalk too.
You're literally gaslighting yourself and your audience. You've got clipped multiple times already. And on practice mode, mind you, a controlled environment.
So you can sidewalk, right? You can just sidewalk a lot of stuff. Steve's tracking is not that...
It's not that simple as you claim it is. And I'll prove it. While being clipped multiple times, he was gaslighting you, the spectator, and himself ultimately, to quote-unquote, just sidewalk, bro. When it comes to lateral movement against Steve, it is so much more complicated than what you're making it out to be. So much more complicated, for a multitude of reasons. The first is glaring and obvious. Steve has the power to transition to multiple stances in his key buttons. These stance transitions happen in milliseconds, as in, you have no idea which stance he went for and what the hell can come out of it. Steve is already notoriously known for, quote-unquote, having tracking on everything. The community as a whole complain about Steve not even having to think about homing buttons, because his key buttons such as 1-1 already organically track for him. These are not my words, by the way. I can live with Steve's identitarian tracking just fine. I don't personally mind his tracking. This is not a personal complaint. What I can't live with, obviously, is the sabotaged backwards movement in Tekken 8. Being incapable of disengaging from Steve. But anyway, I digress. Raw sidewalking Steve is already a massive gamble, but I won't talk about it subjectively. I won't talk about it generically. I will use the examples I demonstrated in my video. Specialized advanced movement against Steve is a nightmare, because each option that come out of his stances, or even his free moves outside stances, will demand conflicting, contradicting, advanced lateral movement options to specifically deal with each one of them. And even then, it is a massive gamble, because not only he will have variations that will organically kill movement, but you'll also be more than killed if you try to duck into punish, a possible high follow-up. Let me demonstrate the madness that Fighting GM tried to sweep under the rug and make it sound so simple. For that very specific situation, if he goes 2-1 into flicker 1 up 1, a great option you could try, on paper, is sidestep left low parry. Moving left is the only way to evade flicker 1 jabs. This option would cover and kill other Steve likely and interesting options such as peekaboo 2 or peekaboo down 1. Well, it would be a shame if he had a safe mid variation that will always kill sidestep into duck and is also a counter hit knockdown. But not only that, having multiple options to kill sidestep into duck. The only way to stop this mid variation, flicker 1 F1, is through a sidewalk, which is pretty much everything Steve wants you to do. If you roll sidewalk, you will be completely destroyed by his most desirable options. It is so chaotic that there are 13 possible variations just for the flicker 1 jab alone. So you can never know the nature, as in if it's a high or a mid, or the amount of follow-ups he will go for, making duck into while standing punisher already suicidal in itself, since you don't know how much time you have to stay ducking. And to stay ducking is the guarantee that all the mid variations will clip you, including all his stance mids, his dangerous stance mids such as flicker 2. So it is complete chaos. Lateral movement against Steve is ultimately a chaotic, terrible choice. Even if you've done the right thing, you still run the constant risk of dying for it. GM is full of shit when advising you, the spectator, to move laterally against Steve. I mean, if only there was a way so that I could get out of this unfavorable situation by putting myself on a different circumstance where I can make the odds work more on my favor. Like spacing and backdashing, for instance. Miss me yet? Oh, by the way, I'm not done yet. It's time I get more active on this matter because madness really took over the League player base. It's about time someone steps up. Oh, by the way, I'm starting to become more active on Twitter. It seems if you want to shake things up and start conversations, Twitter is a hell of a good platform for that. And I didn't realize that because I never had one. So if you happen to be interested in what I'm up to there, I would appreciate that you follow me on Twitter as well. I thank you guys for all the kindness and support you give me, and we'll be seeing each other again. God bless.